So, which have been the best moment for you in this company that you are working for, that you treasure? Okay, I know you're still young, like you said. You still have a lot of things to do in life. You still have a lot of things. Your career is still like this. You have a lot to still go. But okay, there are progress. They say it's not like you are going to be working all your life to just get it one day.
Yeah,
Progress is every day.
yeah,
Success is every day. Failure, of course, is also all the time. No, it's just like this: one step, one step, one
agree.
step, one step. You're just going. No, sometimes
Agree.
it's down, sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down.
I wouldn't be a salesperson if I don't sell, if I don't say the moment that I've closed the sale. Those have been the biggest moments because the company that I work for is an international company. When you close a sale, you are celebrated from every single offices. Everybody is happy. The CEO is happy. Your colleagues are happy. You are happy. That's the biggest moment. But I'm gonna step aside from sales a little bit. I'm gonna come back into the just human myself. Whenever we have like conference with the colleagues, like I said, we had a big conference straight after COVID, and it was like a year and a half or 2 years after we didn't see each other, and that was a magical moment, because everybody started connected online. But when we were able to get together, that was really, really a magical moment, just to understand and to see people, to see the vision and mission of the company presented. That time together is very, very important. They are magical.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. They're magical. They're really important.
yeah.
All right, now in your work, Jonathan, how much is effective communication important for you to get better result in your sales? Help me understand that.
Effective communication, obey, not just within my work. First of all, I'm a person who believes in communication massively. Like I said, I'm a person who like to continuously grow in whatever I do. If I turn my camera, you see I've got so many books. I'm always reading. I'm always checking podcasts. I'm always checking documentaries, because I know that, first of all, I learn a lot from these things, and it's important for me to be able to also deliver the message I want to deliver to people. That's where the communication aspect comes into. Effective communication is key to selling. And communication is not just me giving the information, but to me, communication is also being able to sit down and listen and understand what the client's need is. I like to say that we have 2 ears and one mouth because we have to listen twice more than we talk. It is important for a person to sit down and really understand. There's a quote in sales that says people don't buy products or services, people buy solutions to their problems. So if you miss the problem, you will never be able to sell, no matter how great your product is. Somebody might have an issue just with managing the HR. And if you go and talk about budgeting, you go and wait out of the needs. So you need to be able to listen. And communication is also the body language, for example. You can be in a meeting room where one person is more receptive than the other. What do you do? How do you do to break down the person who's less receptive so they feel comfortable around you? So for me, effective communication is number one. Is number one. And I'm not just talking about me verbalizing it, but I'm talking about, first of all, listening. Second of all, analyzing body language, everything, then delivering what I need to deliver to meet the persons in front of me needs.
And if I may ask you, why do you think some people might lack the ability to be effective in their communication?
Good question. That's a very good question. It's actually a conversation I have with a lot of people because we all do that. I also do that. I put my hands up, but I try to work on it. What we tend to do is when a person is talking, we don't actually listen to them. There is a time span of, I think, 7 seconds where we easily lose attention to what the person is saying, because whatever a person say, our attention goes into a word that they've said that reminds us of a situation that we've been in. So when answering, we don't fully answer their question. You have different people. Some people will talk to you 20 words. They will tell you the entire story and tell you the most important thing at the end. So if you disconnected from the beginning, you wouldn't be able to answer the question. So I think the reason why not many people communicate effectively is, again, because they don't just stick to that listening part long enough. We easily disconnect because we've heard a word that we've been that related to a story that we've been in, or we take in the first few information and we're already ready to respond in our mind, without having to listen to the entire thing the person has to say. That's what I think, because I've been through that, I still do that, but again, it's something that I work on constantly to help me become better in communicating.
All right, Jonathan, that is something that I'm thinking, that marketing is a job that you do continuously. That it says it's not something that you do only once in a while. So it requires a lot of effort. You're going to be meeting people, talking, proposing, evaluating, sometimes dealing with people who do not maybe want to talk to you, but you want to talk to them because you are the one that needs something from them. So you are not going to wait for them to come to you. You are going to go to them. Sometimes maybe they might not even like you, but you like them because you are able to deal with all kind of people because you are mature. But in the whole of all this now is a kind of a hard job, as it were, no? Because if sales was the simplest thing to do, a lot of people will be doing it. But we can see now it is not really like that. So within that understanding, what is sort of propelling you to continue? What is energizing you to continue in sales? Help me understand that.
One thing, there's one word that comes into my mind, is just passion. I'm passionate about what I do. I love business development. I love, growing businesses. That's just something I'm very, very passionate about. Like you mentioned, sometimes you meet clients that are not really open to what you're offering. That's when you have to, present the added value of what you have to offer to them. But there's one word that comes into my mind when you ask me this question. It's simply passion. I think you have to be passionate about what you do, and everything else will follow. Because when you're passionate, you will learn. When you're passionate, you will practice, and we know practice makes perfect. When you're passionate, you will find a way to make things work. Sometimes it can be stressful because it can take a long time. Sometimes you have sales cycles that can be done within a month, within 3 months. Some can take a year and a half. But you have to be passionate, you have to be patient, you have to be willing to see projects come through. And I'm just passionate about business development. I love the entire sales cycle, the negotiation, the client management, the whole aspect. And I'm a very, very different salesperson because I don't just stop when I've sold. I like to continue and make sure that the client is happy. I will keep in touch, with the client. The client also tend to understand that, because whenever there is an issue, they will come to me straight away instead of going maybe to, I don't know, the support team or anybody else. And that doesn't pose problem for me because it shows that I'm a great ambassador for the company that I work for. And then I just am passionate about it.
All right. You used another keyword that I really like a lot, and of course, that is very common in sales, which is persuasion. Of course, persuasion is very almost all the time tied to communication and, of course, to sales at the end of the day. Because, of course, not only to sales, but even if you go to politics also, if you're a politician and you don't know how to persuade people, you are going to lose people all the time now, because you need to be able to sell your idea to the people and get them to follow you. The example that usually we use in this case now would be like when President John F. Kennedy wanted to sell the idea of going to the moon to the American in the 60s. He needed to really be very clear on what he wanted to say and sell this idea very well. Otherwise, the people are not going to buy, because the Americans, they have never gone to the moon before. So how are you going to sell this idea? People cannot see it. So
Exactly.
yes, in that sense, it is
Exactly.
all right. So how do you use persuasion in your communication and by extension in your sales?
Many salespeople around me, I think, would agree, but I'm going to talk about myself with the approach I have. Externally speaking, salespeople, we are sometimes seen as not serious, not honest. We just want to sell to people. But for me, one of the core values that I've carried with me from the very beginning of my sales journey up until today is honesty. Honesty in the sense of when I'm selling a product to somebody, I know that it's gonna benefit you in your business. And I've had situations where I'm on the phone to clients or I'm in the meeting and they tell me, look, John, we're already doing this, we have this, we have this. And I'll turn around and tell the client, I understand where you're coming from. I don't think it's gonna be a match. And that has always built a bridge of respect and consideration from the client to me. And that also makes it easiest for the client next time to maybe suggest another company to me because they know I were honest with them.